Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're unboxing the Eachine Novice-IV long range. So this is a 4-inch long range quad. So I won this in a Nick Burns giveaway under my second alternate account called the Master of Radios. And so this kit comes with a RadioMaster T12, Eachine goggles, which we'll get into later, and then also the long range quad. So it's going to be an awesome entry into FPV and also long ranging. So I'm going to open this box here. Okay, so right here we have some bubble wrap. So right here from part of the giveaway is a M6 multifunctional charger from Toolkit RC. So he did mention, Nick Burns, that he was going to throw in some random items in some of them. So this one has that. This is a charger that you need a separate power supply for, but it's kind of like a little portable charger, which is cool. This right here is from HGLRC. So this looks like it's some battery voltage readers, some stickers. We have some extensions here, and then there's also a multi-battery charger kind of balance thing. So you can plug in multiple batteries to the same port, basically. So that's kind of cool. Then more packaging, some stickers. There's a Nick Burns sticker in there, which is kind of cool. There's also this Jack's 3D printing sticker from one of his more recent videos. Sticker, more stickers, Maker Fire, G&B stickers, more wrap. And then there's also just all this packaging here, and then the kit. So right here is the kit. So in here, we will find the RadioMaster T12 transmitter. These are Eachine goggles. I forget which model they are, but they're one of the newer ones. They have this extending lens here, just in case you need to extend it so that it's not blurry. He shipped it with all the batteries, which is interesting. He said he wasn't going to include batteries, but all 4 batteries look like they're here. So these are Eachine 1100 milliamp hour 50C batteries, which is awesome. I expected him not to ship them, but he did, so that's a really nice addition. Inside the transmitter too, there should be, cells in here already, so I just have to plug it in and then we're good to go. So there's that. The goggles have a built-in battery too, so. And we also have this little charger right here. There is a blue charger right here, which that definitely works with. And then we have our polarized antenna right here for the FPV goggles. And then the drone is right here. So here's the drone. It's a cool little quad. It has an all-in-one board. I'll go over this more specs later, but these are just some of the ones that are more apparent. There's a GPS right here. There's a beeper with a built-in battery just in case you lose it. And yeah. Then in this zipper right here, there is a neck strap, probably for the transmitter. There is a patch antenna for the FPV goggles with a charging cable, I'm assuming, for them too, and a microfiber cloth for cleaning. Extra set of props and a Velcro strap and some foam pads for the batteries and more screws. And then a little hex tool and a Phillips head screwdriver in there. And then there's just this little pamphlet right here with basic BetaFlight setup instructions and all of that. There's also this Insta360 Go mount that I found in there, which is pretty cool too. So thanks to Nick Burns for sending me all this stuff. It's really cool. I can't believe that I'm actually going to be able to start flying FPV, which is going to be awesome with these Eachine goggles and the RadioMaster transmitter. I really wanted a multi-protocol transmitter, so it's a perfect entry-level product. And then also the long-range quad is going to be awesome for practicing. Alright, so now I guess I'm just going to maybe charge up one of the batteries. And I'm going to test the FPV real quick too, so we can try that. And we'll get ready to fly. So what I'm going to do real quick is attach the antenna. So there's this 3D printed mount, and you just have to take off the 2 screws on these corners and then put this on and then screw back in. So I'm going to do that real quick and then I'll be right back. So I'm going to use this little hex in here to take off the screws that it came with. Alright, so the antenna is on now, as you can see, nice and secure. So now I'm going to do specs for all these products and just kind of give you guys the basic information about them. So this is a 4-inch quad with 4-inch propellers, and then from motor post to motor post it's about 170 millimeters. It has an all-in-one board called the Crazy F425, which is right there. And it uses a micro USB port. Inside the all-in-one board, there's a 4-in-1 25 amp ESC board for the motors. And then there's the HP Whoop VTX in here, which does 25 to 400 milliwatts. It has the RadioMaster R81 receiver in the back right here. It can take 3 to 4S LiPos and the XT30 connector right here. It has the Cadex Baby Ratel 2 FPV camera right up here in the front. And then they're using Eachine 1404 2750 kV motors. This model was built to be a sub 250 gram long range flyer. There's a GPS here in the back. And then there is a DT-B90 beeper in here. And then all these little external parts are this lime green TPU type material. So those are the specifications of the quadcopter. Right here we have this battery charger that comes with the quad. It's a 2 to 4S LiPo battery charger. It only charges from the balance lead, and then it has that little connector for the power supply in there. Right here is the battery charger AC to DC adapter. It takes 240 volts and outputs 12 volts at 3 amps. And it's just a standard power brick with the little light that lights up when you plug it in. And then looking at all the batteries right here, these are Eachine 1100 milliamp hour 50C batteries, 4S, XT30 connector, and balance lead. Looking at the transmitter here, it takes 2 18650 batteries, as you can see, and then there's a little balance lead right here, and you plug that into there, which I'll do right now. So I plug that in, and then slide this into here. Like that, and then there's this little handle that moves, so you can prop it up, and then the antenna clicks into position. So this antenna is recessed, and you can unscrew it, as you can see. So you can always upgrade that. There is a dock right here for our external modules, so you could use Crossfire or Express RLS. There we go. So you have pins right here for an external module. Right here you have Hall effect gimbals, so they're not your standard potentiometer gimbals. They're probably higher quality, they'll probably last you a little bit longer. We have 3 position switches on all of the finger switches. And then there's also these sliders. And then there's just buttons right here. So the cool thing about this is with the buttons, you could almost set up a pre-arm situation. You could hold this and then flick it so that you don't accidentally flick the arm switch. So it's kind of a safety feature. You can do a lot of cool things with that. Okay, so turning on the transmitter, you hold it and then it will boot on. It loads OpenTX, so it's blue as it boots up, and then it tells you that you have switches, and it will vibrate, and it will tell you that you have a switch that's not in the fully up position, so you can move that. And then whenever you're ready, if you think that they're all good, then you can press any button and it will turn green. And so right here you have the OpenTX home screen, so it kind of just displays your channels. So I haven't used OpenTX at all yet, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to navigate a little bit. I'll have a different video kind of going over this transmitter. So that's the transmitter, so you just hold it to turn it off, the button, and it vibrates and has a little sleep icon. The FPV goggles, so these have a built-in battery inside of them. They're pretty light too. They have a search channel button right here. There's a slot for an SD card. And then there's like the power in, so you can charge it. And then there's a DVR pause and record button, and also a picture button. And then there's a power button, and then channel and band button, and then your little ports for your antennas. So I'm gonna put the antennas on here and we can try to power up the quad and see if we can get a video signal. There is this polarized antenna for the FPV goggles, and then there's also the patch antenna in there. So you screw both those on to the ends of the FPV goggles. So we have the patch antenna and then the polarized antenna right here. So both of these. And then there's also the charging cable for the FPV goggles. And then also in this kit right here, there's a power brick for it, so they include that too. So now that the antennas are on, I'm gonna hold the power button right here in the middle and power these up. And as you can see, it says EV800DMs, so that's the model of these goggles. And then I'm gonna turn the quad on and see if we can get a video signal. So I'm gonna turn this transmitter on right here. Okay, so I'm gonna try plugging in the quad. And the FPV signal is already working. So as you can see, there's me. So it's working. As you can see, I can point around, look down. So that's awesome. So I'm gonna probably charge this battery and then we can just get to flying. I'll record DVR and yeah, we'll take it out for a maiden flight. So I'm gonna charge up this battery and also the controller, and then I'm also gonna charge up the FPV goggles. Alright, so the battery is all charged up, and I have this little 64 gig SD card to stick in here. So that just slides in there and clicks in place. And now we should be able to record DVR. So I think we are ready to go fly. We just checked BetaFlight, so we know that everything is connected and working. And I'm gonna start with recording DVR without the goggles on, and then I'll fly with the goggles on my head and have a first FPV experience. Alright, so I'm gonna go put the battery on the quad, and I'm gonna turn on the transmitter. Alright, so now I'm gonna turn on the FPV goggles. So we got the video feed. So I'm holding the button. So we have 4 satellites, and there's a little record dot up there. So I think we're good to fly. So I'm gonna do line of sight first, and hopefully you guys can see this pretty well. So it's got a nice amount of power for a long-range aircraft. It's definitely very touchy. There I am. So I'm just flying in horizon mode right now so I don't crash it on the first flight. But yeah, it's pretty gentle actually, I like it. Yeah. I'm flying backwards right now because I can see it. So I just landed in the grass. I'm gonna try putting the goggles on. We're gonna do some FPV flying. Alright. I'm putting the goggles on right now. And this is my first FPV flight. And hopefully I don't crash. If I do, I'll try to make it gentle. Alright. I'm starting now. Okay. I crashed it. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, here we go. Alright. So this is pretty cool. And there's me sitting in the grass so I don't crash. So it's a pretty cool flyer. It's really gentle. It's pretty good. Oh, the wind's definitely blowing me. I'm gonna come down. My voltage is still pretty good. There's me. Whoops, I accidentally dove too low, but it's okay. Alright, this is pretty fun so far. Let's try this again. Maybe with no crashing. I might try to go a little bit farther and we'll see what happens. Goggles are on, and let's go. Okay, so we're off. The wind is definitely pushing me. Okay. Doing pretty good. I'll try going past this tree maybe. There's the house. Turn around. There's the tree. Okay, so it's not too bad right now. Four satellites, which is not the best, but I'm only flying in my backyard. Maybe let's try going over here. I haven't had any breakup yet, which is really good. I need a video breakup. The wind's definitely pushing it a little bit. So, oh, there's some breakup. I'm gonna come back over here. It'll be cool to do some FPV with this, like on a actual quadcopter, not just a long range. So I'll probably start with my tiny 3-inch King Kong Fly Egg 130 in the future with these goggles. which will be fun. Yeah. I like how this thing flies. It has some pep. It can definitely punch out a little bit, even though it's not meant to really do that. Yeah, it's very responsive. Great little cruiser. Let me see if I can go a little bit over here and then turn around a little bit. I'll try to go around this tree right here. Break up. There's a tree. Coming back around the yard. Yeah, it's pretty good so far. This is the other side of the yard. Got a little bit of break up there, but it's okay. I'm gonna fly back over here. There's me. Oh, almost just brushed a little bit, but we're good. So yeah, the flight is pretty good. The battery definitely lasts a long time. I'm flying gently because I'm a beginner, but it's definitely working in terms of flight time. We already have a 5-minute flight, which is pretty good. Battery's lasting a while. We're already at 8 minutes of flight time. RSSI is holding up pretty well. Is that 80? 0 satellites, but it's okay. Oh, 4 satellites. 15 volts. Not drawing too many amps either, unless I punch out. about 10-minute flight time probably. Five satellites. There's a lot of wind, but it's okay. It's not raining, right?
No, it will.
Pretty good flight time. Alright, I'm going to try a little bit of Acro mode, but I'm not going to do tricks just flying in Acro mode for this last part of the flight. So this is Acro. Oh, it's not that bad. Alright, so this is Acro FPV. This is my first time doing Acro FPV. It's not that bad. It's just you have to get used to controlling things. So, this is Acro mode. Just gotta make sure I don't go too fast, because sometimes it's not obvious how much I'm tilting. Pretty good. We're at 12 minutes of flight time, 14.7 volts. Alright, I'm going to bring this in for a landing, and I'll kind of talk about my flight. Cool, so those are the stats on the DVR footage. Pretty good. So I'm going to stop the recording now. So I've been flying this quad for about 2 weeks now. Probably have about 10 flights on this quad, and I really like it now. I've used these goggles on some of my other quads, and in comparison, the Caddx Baby Ratel 2 is definitely a really nice FPV micro camera. In terms of the future, I'm probably going to get a JR Fly Sky module for this transmitter so I can fly with my other quads. And then also stay tuned in the future for reviews on both of these separately. I'll have a review for the transmitter and for the FPV goggles. And then I'm also going to have some more flight footage in the future, just some DVR flights probably. And yeah, so if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.